I wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite low waste things that I have discovered so far and have implemented in my life. I wanted to do like a little bit of a low waste noob version favorites of 2021. I have been trying to consume less plastic and generate less waste in general. I wouldn't say I'm succeeding with flying colors per se, but I think I'm making the right steps, important steps, to unlearn a lot of the bad habits in consumerism that I have personally taken on throughout my life. When I was growing up, it was never a big deal to think about the trash that we produce. We just put it in the recycling bin, we throw it away, and then we forget about it. As I grow older, I am now realizing that a lot of the materials that we are throwing away are valuable, they have value, they should be recycled, and they should be considered, because the fact of the matter is, by 2050, according to scientists, it is definitely possible that there will be more plastic than fish in our oceans and our water systems. I follow this channel, this nonprofit organization on YouTube, and just in general, they're called the Ocean Cleanup Project, and they're doing really, really incredible things in terms of cleaning waterways and oceans all over the world. And the founder is a really young guy. I think he's like my age or something, but I think what he's doing is super incredible. A lot of their waste manager machines or what have you, I forget what they're called. I think it was called the Interceptor or something. I'll link their channels down below, and then you can look more into it. But like, if you're not aware of them already, like, they're amazing. They're building these high-tech machines, kind of like garbage trucks but for the oceans, that essentially intercept river pollution. So anyways, they have this machine to clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and it's basically a thing with, never mind, I'm not even going to try and explain it, just check it out yourself. It really inspires me, their content inspires me, just watching these people put so much heart and passion and effort into mitigating this very, very serious issue, because so many communities and people get their food and sustenance from the ocean, from seafood. So I used to work for a Japanese restaurant, and it was like my favorite job so far. The manager, the people were great, I just enjoyed it. I liked the location as well, but it started to really weigh on my mind that there were so much issues in the fishing industry and in the seafood industry. Like, there are parasites with farmed salmon, and I'm not trying to like scare you. I'm just trying to bring awareness to this very serious issue that microplastics are found in the guts of seagulls and different types of fish all the time. Whales often beach. They essentially die on the beach full of plastic. Tons of plastic in their guts and in their stomach.
So much plastic. It's trying to digest it, can't digest it. So literally these little scrippies are like little needles.
And so this was really eye-opening for me, and so I'm trying to I'm trying to do things from now on moving forward with more consciousness and more intention to contribute less to that problem. And as I go forward, I definitely want to contribute in other ways. I'm definitely not perfect, but you know, I'm moving forward slowly but surely, taking the baby steps that I need to, and I think I'm doing pretty good. One of the most annoying things is getting takeout, because it's so convenient, especially in our society and in our generation. We have the technology for it, we have infrastructure available to us now, like with Uber Eats and Grubhub and Postmates and everything like that, and so it's really, really great, but it comes with so much waste. So I've been reusing the containers, and I think that that's just a simple thing. A lot of people will just throw this out, but this has actually proved to be so incredibly valuable to me in my cooking and my meal prep. I have like a whole set that I bought for meal prepping, but you know, this is just great. Like when I'm cooking and I'm chopping up vegetables, I can just toss the scraps in here and then put it in my compost bin, and then put that in the freezer. By putting my compost not in the garbage, especially because I'm using composting garbage bags, which I'll get to in a little bit, but by putting my compost in the freezer, the bugs can't get to it. The odor is completely gone if I put it in the freezer. So it's super great. So I'm just like chopping up food and vegetables and stuff like that, and I just toss it in the compost bin. And then I have like a little thing to put my scraps in. And so these are just one of the ways that you can use these. Like I put sauces in here, like hummus. It's just amazing. I recommend you definitely reuse your to-go containers. So yeah, like I'm super concerned. I don't want to live in a place or in a world where everything is littered with trash. Like where I live, I already see trash on the side of the road, and I try to help by cleaning it up. Sometimes I'll go out on garbage picking days where I'll just like take some gloves and a composting plastic bag, of course, and I'll just pick up garbage. Just because it's like, you know, it falls on everybody's responsibility. It's really getting to be a huge problem. If there's litter in the streets, if it rains, it can go to the sewage system and then go straight into the ocean, especially in certain areas. So I wanted to do something about that. It's just something that I feel in my soul personally. You know, some people are really passionate about creating robots and things like that, or helping people in other ways. For me, I don't know, I feel really, really concerned about the pollution issue, especially in the oceans. Like, it's not the whales and the dolphins and the seagulls and the seals, the sharks. It's not their responsibility, it's our responsibility, because we are the dominant species and we are the cause of the problem that they are now having to deal with. They can't do anything about it. They don't have little hands to start picking trash up. It's just, for me, it's so unfair that we're causing this issue for them. Like, if the world were devoid of animals and fish, it would just be so freaking ugly. Yeah, so I'm really super concerned about that, and I'm really super inspired and grateful for all of the leaders and innovators and engineers, smart people, scientists who are like taking this issue by the reins and really doing something tangible about it. So I've been making my own toothpaste. I've been using that for over 2 months now. I'll put a little video here of what I do and what I use. I'll definitely list all of the ingredients down below, but essentially you'll need some xylitol, you'll need some baking soda, you'll need some coconut oil, peppermint oil. I put bentonite clay, which apparently you're only supposed to mix with non-metal mixing utensils. So I used a metal utensil here, which apparently it deactivates the bentonite clay. Bentonite clay is like the Aztec clay. I usually use it as a mask, but I realized it has really great teeth cleaning properties, so I put that in, but I wasn't aware that you were only supposed to use non-metal utensils. So next time, I suggest if you do this, you use like a wooden spoon or something. The only thing that I'll say about the bentonite clay is when you're brushing your teeth, it looks like your teeth is dirty because the bentonite clay is brown. So it'll kind of stain your sink, so you'll have to clean it. But you have to clean your sinks anyway. This makes it more visible now. Another thing about the toothpaste, it doesn't really lather. And I know that's going to be an issue for some people. Like, it's a huge change, but you know, I don't even know the statistics of it, but basically, like, the amount of toothpaste tubes that goes into the ocean every year amounts to about the same size of the Empire State Building, something like that. Like, that's a lot of toothpaste tubes going into the ocean and potentially whales and dolphins' guts. Like, it's so not fair to them. Like, it's so convenient to just buy a $5 toothpaste, but if you buy all of these ingredients and you continue to make your own toothpaste, not only are you producing less waste, you're also saving money in the long run. For those of you who are used to buying toothpaste like at the store, this is going to be less intense, and it's not going to lather, which might be a problem in the beginning, but I've gotten used to it already. Like, in the beginning I was like, this is kind of weird and I can't get used to this, like, it feels weird, but as you get used to it, you know, it gets easier, and I actually really enjoy the taste of this toothpaste, and that has a lot to do with the xylitol, which adds a little bit of sweetness. It also has a lot of antibacterial properties, I believe. It's a natural product, and it's a natural sweetener, so it's really cool. This is the first time I've ever used xylitol in my whole entire life, and I'm glad I discovered it. It's a great addition to toothpaste. In addition, with the peppermint oil, it definitely gives you this clean, minty feeling. I know some of you don't like mint. If that is the case, I'm sorry, this is not for you. But mint for me is one of the ways that my mouth feels clean. So I recommend this toothpaste if you want to create less waste, if you're serious about it, if you know that you have to make sacrifices in order to get to that point, then I highly recommend making your own toothpaste. So that's the only thing. It doesn't lather, and if you use bentonite clay, it might stain your sink, but you have to clean your sink anyway, so it doesn't really matter. One other thing, the texture is a little bit weird. It's not going to be as creamy, and that's pretty much it. Overall, I'm going to continue using this toothpaste. I would much rather just make my own than buy another tube. I know some toothpaste tubes can be recycled, but I don't know, I'd rather just make my own. It just makes me feel like I'm doing a DIY project. Sometimes we need that in our lives instead of just buying everything. It also helps you feel more grounded, believe it or not, when you're making your own things from scratch, technically from scratch, not really, but kind of from scratch. It makes you feel more grounded, and like it puts more value on things in our lives, I think. It's easy to disregard everyday things in our lives like toothpaste as just another thing, but a lot of energy goes into making every tube, and a lot of energy definitely goes into disposing of those tubes and then potentially recycling them, even though they don't really get recycled. They end up in the oceans, which is a real problem. I think it's estimated that people consume microplastics when they eat seafood, like as a normal thing.
What we're concerned about ultimately is what are the implications of trash going into the water, getting into the food we harvest. And we're still connecting the dots there a bit. We know that lots of trash goes out into the water. We know that the sun and waves breaks it down into small pieces. We know that many species of animals eat it. And we also know that bigger animals eat smaller animals. And we also know that we eat those big trophy fish. And so what we're really trying to figure out is how big a vector plastic is for transporting chemicals into the tissues of the animals that we eat every day. That's a big problem, much bigger than big chunks floating out into the ocean.
I saw this video of these two scientists who were having a lunch, and they were eating, I think, clams or mussels, and they were able to find microplastics in the mussels that they got. So, I mean, it's not as uncommon anymore, and this is just an issue. It kills birds, it kills wildlife and things like that, and so really scary. Another thing that I've been loving is this tongue scraper. This is surprisingly affordable. You get two for like $9 or something, and it comes in a case, so when you're traveling you can bring it with you. So instead of buying mouthwash, you got this thing that'll basically last forever. It doesn't rust. I've had this for over 5 months, I want to say, and it doesn't rust, and I love it. It really helps you get a clean feeling in your mouth. The same type of feeling that you get with mouthwash. This is even better. This is an Ayurveda tool that they use in the practice. Apparently it's really good for you, so that's a bonus. But it's also low waste in the sense that you can have this with you for a long time as long as you take care of it. And it hasn't rested on me. I've had this for a long time. So I highly recommend this. I'll link most of these down below, by the way, if not all of them. So another thing I changed is my toothbrush. I used to use Quip, or you can change the heads interchangeably, but I started to now use a bamboo toothbrush. This is obviously going to disintegrate in the environment much sooner than plastic. And so it's really cool. It looks very, very pretty in your bathroom as well. It feels nice. I got this one at Whole Foods. It says here, brush, smile, repeat. Brush, smile, repeat. This one in Whole Foods, it has a really soft bristle though. It's not for everyone, but I hear soft bristles are really good for you. It's less abrasive on the gums, but it just feels like, I don't know, when I first tried it, it was much softer than my Quip one. It's probably going to be softer than most conventional toothbrushes that you buy at the store. But you can buy this on Amazon, you can buy it online. I'll link one of my favorites on Amazon because I've been using this before. I just switched to Quip, which I regret because now the little plastic heads that I've been using and probably ending up in the ocean somehow. But yeah, it looks really nice. It's got a nice feel. This one from Whole Foods, it won't like cause splinters or anything. So it's really lightweight and everything, so that's great. Another thing that I'm really, really loving is this sanitizer. It's a toothbrush UV light, and this is just going to make your toothbrush last longer. And it makes me feel like my toothbrush is getting cleaned. So you just pop it in here. This is low waste, kind of. I mean, it does come in a paper box. Yeah, it comes in a paper box. Why does it feel like it's not the right word? Anyways, but it does have plastic inside, like plastic covers and stuff, but you can just recycle that in your store, in your local in-store recycling. So you just pop your toothbrush and then you close it, and then it's going to sanitize your toothbrush. If you can see that blue light. So it comes with a little stand, and it's just really nice to feel like my toothbrush is getting clean, and so it's already lasting much longer, in my opinion, if it's getting cleaned with every use. I think it lasts like a week or something, or 2 weeks before you need to charge it. It really just depends. I forgot to mention this tree bird floss. This is completely biodegradable. The packaging doesn't come with any plastic, and it's also refillable, and the refills don't come with any plastic. It is a little bit thicker than usual, but it works perfectly for me. I'll link it down below if you are interested. Alright, so another thing that I've tried were shampoo bars and shampoo conditioner bars. No, shampoo and conditioner bars. This is from Earthling Co. It's just a zero waste store. Everything that they have in that store is going to be packaged in biodegradable things, such as paper, cardboard, anything like that. They don't have plastic. They're completely plastic free. The thing with these is that they are a hit or miss. Some of the bars work better than others, so you might need to try different kinds for your hair. I'll take like a big chunk of my hair, and I'll go like this. And that works okay. Sometimes I have good days where I come out of the shower and my hair just looks better than it does right now. My hair does not look good right now, but let's ignore that fact. But you know, it's zero waste. You're not consuming those huge bottles of shampoo and things, so that's less plastic, and for me that is a win. So I will continue to use these. Surprisingly, the shampoo bars, they lather up really, really well. They're great. I love the shampoo bars, but for the conditioner, I could use something that works better. I wish it just melted more. I wish there was more product that I could completely dissolve in my hands and then just work through. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So that's the only thing, but it's great if you're a guy, if you have short hair. However, I do feel like the sacrifice is worth it because it's getting really serious, and I think anything helps, you know. A lot of people will be like, well, your little changes aren't going to make that much of a difference, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it will. It's called the compound effect. If all people do it, if all people get in on the wave, then it becomes a stronger movement, and it's going to influence everything in the economy. A penny could equate into millions of dollars if you just keep getting more and more pennies, you know what I mean? Okay, so another thing that I've been using, I switched to facial bars. I'm using a facial bar, which I'll put up here, and I like it. It's working for me for the most part. Sometimes I do get bumps anyway. I think that's just normal. I do sometimes feel like I want to do like a fancy skincare routine and take more time with it, but it's just like, it's so much trash. I'd rather just have a simple routine than accumulate all of these good looking, cute, luxurious bottles and then like throw that away. So right now I do feel like companies are gonna be innovating in the bulk space, in the refill space, and I think that will be really amazing. And I'll definitely hop on that when that time comes. So I can't really refill those things, such as facial cleansers and things like that. So I'm using the soap, and I got that from Earthling Co. I'll link it down below, but it works for me. Someone asked me what my skincare routine was. That's it. I use this facial soap, and sometimes I'll use witch hazel. And then I just use this for moisturizer. And this is, I put this in the low waist, even though it's in a plastic tube, because it's for body and face. And so I use this for my body and my face. I use this at night, I use this in the morning, and I use this on my body. So I'm just using one thing for everything. So I'm, in my head at least, I'm consuming less plastic. I know it's a small bottle, they don't really come with a big one, but it works for me. That's just what I use, the facial soap, witch hazel sometimes, and then I just moisturize my face with this. That's it. I don't have a fancy skincare routine. For my bath soap, I just use Castile soap. This is unscented. It says with certified organic oils including argan, jojoba, and hemp. This is great. It's gentle, it's simple. Here are the ingredients. I'll show you so you can get a closer look. So it's very, very gentle and has simple, clean ingredients in it. And this is great. I consider this low waste because I use this for my body, but I use this also as like a pesticide type of thing where it kills pests in your plants. You can use this for that as well. I use this to clean my tub. I'll put some of this with baking soda, vinegar, and other cleaning agents. I think I use borax, lemon. So I'll just put this with that, and then it seemed to work fine. It looks cleaner than it was when I didn't clean it. So this is multi-purpose, and that's why I think it's low waste. You can also use this for your face. Apparently it's safe enough to use for your face. Look at this. You can use it for body wash, hand soap, shampoo, facial cleanser, leather and shave soap, gentle baby wash, pet shampoo, hand wash dish soap, fruit and vegetable rinse. I did not even know that. All-purpose cleaning spray. So you can mix 1/4 cup of Castile soap with 4 cups of warm water, and that's your all-purpose cleaning spray. I didn't even know that. Maybe I'll try that next time. Maybe add like some lavender essential oils or lemon essential oil. But yeah, this is low waste because it's multi-purpose. I'm starting to get into this DIY type of stuff because I want to be more conscious of what I'm using. Even though I'm not perfect, I'm not going to claim I'm perfect because I'm not. I'm far from zero waste, but I am taking steps forward. I'll link all of this down below once again. So I've been using this company, Blueland. I've been using their cleaners. It comes with 3. I'll put a video up here It comes with 3. It comes with a multi-surface. This is the one that I use in my kitchen, and then it comes with a bathroom one, and then it comes with a glass cleaner. It works fine for me. Like when I spray it on my counter after I stain it or something, it like works. So if you shake it, you can see it gets soapy. So there's something in there. It's not just water. But this is great because you just drop a little tablet in the hot water that you fill up to here, and it makes like a cleaning solution for you. And that's how they send out the refills. They send out these little tablets. They also do laundry detergent tablets. It looks like this, and you just pop like a couple in your laundry, and this is what it looks like. You just pop a couple in your laundry and it does its job. I mean, sometimes I do get clothes where stains don't come off, but I've had that happen to me many times, even with other detergents. I believe they list all of their ingredients. I'll link it down below, by the way. But they list all of their ingredients, and they also list each and every one of its functions. It's supposed to be really simple and clean and good for you. Not good for you, I wouldn't say good for you, but it's not harsh. It's not toxic for you. So I got the laundry one. They also do dishwasher tablets. These ones are shaped like the actual container itself, as you can see. And they also send refills in that way. Yeah, sometimes I'll see like little remnants of it on my dishes, but I see that with liquid too, with the liquid one that I use anyway. If you use the clear one, like from other brands, obviously it's not going to show on your dishes, but it's still going to remain on it. At least you can see your dishes with this one, you know, where like the remnants of the soap is, so you can like do like a quick wipe off. But with the invisible ones, with the super clear ones, you won't even know. You won't even know it has soap remnants on it. So I like that it's less plastic. I like that it's tin. This is recyclable. And I'm not, you know, I'm using less, I'm creating less waste. I'm producing less waste, and for me that's great. Their dish soap is in powder form. You can't see it because I'm almost out of it, and it comes with this little container. It's like a silicone container. It's okay, I can deal with it, but for the price though, that's when it kind of gets a little bit iffy. I don't really know if it's worth it. I think like a refill is, I don't even know, I'll list the refills here somewhere, but it seems like a little pricey, but obviously you're not getting a new plastic container every time, so that's a plus. And like I said, that's really important to me, that I'm not producing so much waste, and I'm trying to mitigate the plastic waste that I produce. In terms of cleaning, it does lather up really nicely, and because it's a powder, it helps scrub away stubborn food remnants and stuff like that, using the abrasion of the powder itself. But I prefer method, or I think what did I use? I used Myers from Target before, because the liquid one, it comes in like a little dropper thing. It just lasted me so much longer. I just use like a tiny drop, and it like lathers up perfectly, and for me, I feel like it's cleaning with that little amount that I used, and it lasts so much longer. So I don't really know, like, is it worth it to just get the refills for this, or have a plastic bottle dish soap last much longer? Because it does have to go through transport. So unless those trucks are using renewable and sustainable energy like solar, it's still creating trash much more often than the plastic one, if that makes sense. What else? Oh, okay, so one of my favorite things throughout this whole entire process is switching my plastic bags into these compostable trash bags. This is for a 4-gallon trash bag, or trash can, I should say, and it comes with 150 pieces, And it's like, I think it's like less than 15 bucks or something. But 150 pieces for less than 15 bucks. I'll link it down below. And what's great about this is it's made of plant starch material. So it decomposes after a while. And this is why I don't put my food scraps in the garbage, because they collect moisture, or they get really moist. So it'll start to break down much faster. And you'll start to get holes and weakness in the plastic. But if all of your compost is in the freezer, and then you just dump it in your compost bin, or you like put it in your compost pile in your apartment, or just throw it away or whatever, at least you have garbage that lasts much longer and is essentially odorless. I also love the bright green color. I just love this color because it looks like, I don't know, it just looks bright and uplifting. It's less boring than the regular white or black one. As you can see, it's really strong. So this is like probably one of my favorite shifts that I've made, is just like knowing that this will biodegrade and it's not from plastic. It feels a lot different than regular plastic. It's got like a matter feel, a satin feel almost. It would be shady if like it was just regular plastic and they marketed it as biodegradable, but I've seen it personally break down faster when there are like moist things in the garbage. So it does biodegrade much faster, at least, than the regular plastic. And for my bathroom garbage and just other things that I need plastic for, like keeping my flip-flops and stuff like that after the beach or after swimming or something, I've been loving these compostable food scrap bags. I use this for my garbage can in my bathroom. I'll link this down below as well. It comes with like a huge roll, and again, if you put anything wet in here, like super drenched wet, and you cover it with the condensation and everything, it's gonna start breaking down and it won't hold any of the things that you put into it. So it works for my garbage can in the bathroom because it's exposed to air, and so it's not super moist inside of there. This is what it looks like. It's the perfect size for my bathroom trash can. It's much weaker than the other one, but it works because these biodegrade much faster. And so it just feels good because you don't have a plastic bag covering essentially toilet paper that just biodegrades. If you put your toilet paper in regular plastic bag, it's just going to stay in that plastic bag for so much longer. How long does a plastic bag decompose? Like, it's something really long. So you're essentially keeping that biodegradable material, your toilet paper, and keeping that in plastic when you could just be biodegrading into the ocean. I mean, not to the ocean. Well, I guess sometimes in the ocean. Into the soil, into the land. My toilet paper. This is awesome. Aren't they just so cute? They come in all of these different paper wraps, and you get delivered a big box. You can order like 24 rolls, 48 rolls. I'll link my code down below so you can get a discount when you buy your first box. But this one is great. They do a bamboo one and they do a recycled paper one. This one is recycled paper. And it says here 50% of profits donated to help build toilets in third world countries. So I actually really, really love this one. It's really soft, surprisingly. I think this one is made from recycled office paper, right? Isn't that kind of weird? Which is the color that I'm gravitating to. Let's open the green one. So this is awesome. I love this toilet paper. Like I have like a whole box in my closet, and now I don't have to go to the store and buy one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this one is made from office paper. You can get one made of bamboo, which obviously grows much faster than trees. But I like that this is recycling paper. Here's a cute little wrapper. It says, "Who gives a crap?" This is what the company is called, Who Gives a Crap. So again, I'll link my code down below if you want to get your first box. They also do paper towels, which I'll get into in a little bit. But so this is the roll. It's soft. It's like, in my opinion, this is better than Costco toilet paper. If you have Costco where you're at, they have a Kirkland brand. This is better. It's softer, and you're using recycled paper. Isn't that cool? Of course they clean that paper. It doesn't smell like toxic chemicals. I think they're very concerned with that. Like, they don't want to create a toxic product. These are like the types of companies that are super innovative, such as the Ocean Cleanup Project, Blue Land. I think the the Bite teeth tablet things. Innovation is awesome in that sense that we need to help mitigate this issue. It's really an important thing. And I can't stress that enough. And these companies and these leaders and these people, these incredible, concerned human beings are doing tangible things. And I'm so grateful for the inspiration too. So yeah, it's really soft. I highly, highly recommend this. And yeah, they don't break apart. Like when you're wiping your bum or whatever it is that you wipe, they're not just going to disintegrate. They're going to keep their integrity. So I highly recommend this paper towel if you can't tell already. They also do, not paper towel. I highly recommend this tissue paper, but they also do paper towels. It's like a shorter paper towel than regular. I don't really like that. I'm not a fan of it. I haven't tried the bamboo one, but the one that I tried is very stiff. It's almost like wiping with a piece of office paper. I don't like it, but it does come with a cute packaging as well. I'm just buying like one wrapped in plastic from Whole Foods. It's recycled too, but however, it does come with plastic, so I'm gonna have to recycle that plastic through in-store recycling, and cross my fingers it's getting recycled properly. So these are supposed to replace paper towels. It didn't do that for me, and I'll tell you why. It's because once I clean my countertops with it, and after I clean it in the washer, I just don't trust that it's clean enough to use on my face. And plus, some of them they keep stains. Like if you wipe off turmeric, for instance, you're gonna get a yellow rag. But they are reusable. I washed them over 6 times, I think, and they've kept their integrity. I've had to throw some away that developed holes, but it's worked for me in cleaning messes and stuff like that, so I don't have to use paper towels to do that all the time. So they are reusable, and these are one of my favorite purchases. They're made out of bamboo, so already they're sustainable, and they're reusable, so that's freaking awesome. And I just love them. I just love using these to clean my counters. In addition, it comes with this bag. You can put the dirty ones in here and then toss it in the laundry, but I find that it's better if you put these individually without the bag. I just put the dirty ones in here just for keeping, and then I'll put the clean ones that I washed in another bag, which I have under my sink. So this is great. Like, instead of using rags and stuff, you can use this. And I don't know, it's so much more convenient, in my opinion, because when you use one, they kind of get small, so you can keep a lot in a small space. It comes with it was much thicker. It was like this thick. I still haven't used this much, and I've already had this for over a year. So it's kept for a long time. But yeah, it's really, really great. I love this in my kitchen. The final thing that I want to talk about are these chucks. These are the Converse Renew. Kind of pardon me, they're dirty because I use them. They are made out of recycled plastic bottles. This whole top part, this upper canvas, is all recycled bottles. The only thing is you're gonna have to break this in. So when you first get it, it's going to be very stiff because of the fact that it's made from recycled bottles. But what I do is when I'm not using it, I'll just put like pieces of paper. This is from like a package that I got. And I just stuff it in here and it helps expand the shoe. It helps just break it in even more because it's very stiff, so that can hurt your foot if it rubs your ankle or something like that. You can develop blisters. And so yeah, you'll have to break these in. It's classic, it's timeless, and it's made from recycled bottles. So now there's less plastic floating in the ocean. And I believe this is natural rubber, so yeah, I dig this. So yeah, those are my 2021 low waste favorites. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you thought, if any of the products interest you, and if you want to buy any of them, or if you're already doing things like low waste things, like DIY things that have been working for you, feel free to share that with me because I'm looking to definitely up my game up a little bit. It's been a super eye-opening experience to remember, to be reminded of the fact that these things, such as aluminum cans, for instance, that you get from canned goods, they have value. Oh, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Aluminum foil, by the way, I'm recycling that too. You can recycle it in certain recycling centers, or you can also clean them off. Okay, this is important. You have to clean the aluminum foil that you use when you're cooking. You actually have to wash them and then dry them up and then crunch them into a ball. That way they can be recycled. If you don't trust your regular recycling system or service to be able to do that, you can bring it to a special aluminum recycling center, which I have. And if you do that, you can actually make money from it. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna make like a couple pennies or whatever, a couple cents, maybe even up to $1, depending on how much you accumulate, how much you use aluminum foil, but at least you're getting some money back from that. But yeah, like we tend to forget like that these things, that these materials are very, very valuable. They have incredible uses, and I think we should think about them in that way, like tossing out aluminum foil because it inconveniences you to clean it and recycle it properly. It's just, it doesn't help anyone. You know, it doesn't help the planet, it doesn't help you. And to value this material that otherwise would have been overlooked, I think is a positive step forward. I think the sacrifice is worth it as long as I'm putting strides and taking baby steps forward to my goal of eventually becoming almost zero waste and valuing like things more. So yeah, that's it. That is my 2021 low waste favorites. Hopefully you enjoy this and you got something out of it. I would definitely want to hear about what you're doing personally in your household, whether this concerns you, how you want to mitigate the problem, or if you have any other thoughts, feel free to share them down below. Bye.